Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Ridiculous. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Film Blurs. I'm Jeff Stewart, and I'm joined here by John Clarence Stewart, one of the stars of Brilliant Minds on NBC. Full disclosure, right? So when I first got this interview and I saw that your last name was Stewart, I was like, oh, it'd be funny if we were related. And then I looked on your IMDb and saw that your people are from Georgia.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So are mine.
Where in Georgia?
Noonan.
Noonan.
Yeah.
Hold up, cuz.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so this is probably an offline conversation, but that's dope. That's fire. Because I thought the same thing. You said Jeff Stewart. I was like, what is the likelihood? I'm looking at you right now and I'm like, well,
maybe.
I can see it.
All right, but
I'm
I'm gonna refer to you as cousin from now on.
All right, cuz. All right, let's go.
All right, cuz. Brilliant Minds is one of the newest, your second season medical dramas, and if you know medical dramas, NBC, always top tier. John plays Dr. Anthony Thorne, and why don't you tell us about the character?
Okay, so Jeff Stewart, an audience listening. Dr. Anthony Thorne, he runs the emergency department at Bronx General, the hospital, and in Brilliant Minds. And he's prickly. He's a prickly person, but that's because he loves so deeply and he wants to make sure that all of his patients get stabilized and get the things that they need. And there's inherently in an emergency department, a lack of time. So there's not time for the niceties. There's not time for hand-holding. There's not time for trying to affirm doctors who should know what they're doing, right? He doesn't have time for that. And so that rubs people the wrong way. Also, he doesn't, respect is earned with Anthony Thorne. It's not given, right? So, and that can rub people the wrong way. And I think that, and when you meet Anthony Thorne and his relationship to Wolf, they haven't worked very closely yet. And so that respect hasn't been earned. And so there's resistance there, And I think any relationship where respect is earned, at the end of the day, it's a much deeper relationship at the end of the day. So I'm excited to see how that evolves and what happens there. But Anthony Thorne is a really interesting, dynamic character. And there's also some beautiful stuff that's happening between Dr. Thorne and Dr. Carol Pierce, that I'm interested to see how that unfolds over time.
That's great. So you're in the pantheon of representing Black doctors, on screen. You got Eric LaSalle, you got Morris Chestnut, Blair Underwood.
Yeah.
And watching these episodes, watching your character, you are vastly different than all of them. You bring something much more personable, honestly. You said prickly, but still, like, I kind of want to have a beer with Anthony Thorne, right? Because he is no nonsense like that. So when you first approached this role, what was the mindset? What did you want to accomplish?
I wanted to bring just humanity, like the full breadth of humanity that I love to bring with any role. He's not an idea to me. He's a man. He's a man with all the different layers and textures and colors that come with all men, right? And the gift that I have in the scripts that I'm given through Michael, and the kind of layout and the framework and the intention of the show, which is to showcase the lives of these doctors. I get the bandwidth to showcase like his humanity and who he is. And yes, it's textured, it's layered. I love that you said that about him because he's prickly, but also He's probably someone you want to go have a drink with because if you say, "Hey, this is what I'm going through," he's probably going to tell you the truth. He's going to tell you exactly what it is. Whether you want to hear it or not, you're going to get the truth.
Right.
And he's going to come straight down the line to you. Boom. And also, there's no question about just take that a little bit further. It's like, sometimes people they'll go out to a drink with you because they feel bad. They feel bad because, you asked them to go for a drink 4 or 5 times and like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go to the drink with this dude one time. Dr. Thorne would not feel bad about saying no forever. So if he decided to show up at a drink with you, then like he wants to be there. He's not gonna just
Mhm.
be at a place just for the optics. You know what I'm saying? That's not him. And I really appreciate that about his character. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about your relationship in the show with Dr. Wolf. Anthony, not Anthony, Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
it feels almost like a buddy cop film placed inside of a medical drama. It's
Interesting.
it feels like, all right, these two are at odds, but they're same mission, right? It's
Mm,
um and so like I am really looking forward to seeing how your relationship uh, develops over the course of the rest of the season. How
mhm.
is it working with Zachary? How is it working with the rest of the cast?
One, just want to acknowledge that I think that's beautiful that you said this is a buddy cop thing because inherently you have in that framework you have two people with the same goal who approach it very differently, and their difference in approach causes conflict, but the goal is the same, right? So I think that's just so spot on. So that's beautiful. And working with Zach is incredible. Like I have a lot of respect for him as an actor, as an artist. I've seen his work and been a fan of his work. And so to be able to work opposite him and see how serious he takes this, how interested he is in mining the truth in every moment. He doesn't waste any time. He really likes to dive in. And also on top of that, the energy on set is beautiful. There's a kindness, there's a support, there's a freedom. There's also an understanding that we're trying to make this the best we can make it. So show up, do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like that is, but it's one of those things where that's the given. The given is that you're going to show up and you're going to give all that you have, right? On top of that, Zach, Tambala, Ashley, Ori, Brian, Al, Spence, Alex, everybody is bringing just so much of their joy and their light and their humanity. I felt welcome from the jump, from the very beginning. Matter of fact, funny story. I'll keep this real brief. The first person I met, I was in the hotel when I landed, and I was just hitting the gym before I went in for the first day because you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the blood pumping. You got to get the blood pumping, right? So I get into the elevator on the way to the gym, and there's a brother in there, and like it's just a whole bunch of folks and two brothers. And we look at each other, we're like, "What's up? What's up?" And we just had shared a laugh.
Right.
Turns out we were both going to the gym, worked out at the gym, whatever, come back down. And then we're like, I get ready, I go to the car. Guess who's in the car with me? That brother, Spence, in the car. He's like, "Wait, oh, snap, that's crazy." And it was one of those things where um, that energy, he was the first person that I met in the flesh that's a part of the
Mhm.
show. And such a light, such a buoyant energy. And that same kind of beauty and generosity extended through every person that I met on that day. The crew is incredible. We just have it's just a phenomenal team. Demain, our producing director, just sensational. Like I feel so well taken care of. And like I'm 10 toes down in the story that we're telling, which is a gift.
No, that's amazing. And let's talk about how, yeah, it's funny that you give that story about how you were introduced to your castmate. Uh, I love the way that your character is introduced in this season, right?
Mm, yeah.
Because in a lot of these shows, right, it's a build up, or there's sort of like, oh, the new guy is coming in. He's a hard ass. La 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 la. No, the first shot of you is you exhausted on the gurney. Like
Mm,
we're in it. right?
Yeah.
You're there's no, hey, this is him, this blah 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 blah. There's no that introduction stuff. You're there,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you're swimming in those waters, and I appreciated that, right?
Mm,
Because now throughout this series, this season, now I'm going to get to know you.
mm,
I'm playing catch up, right? The character, like the characters aren't playing catch up to you. The audience is playing catch up, and I that's refreshing.
I
So
just
I dig that.
that's fire. That's fire. That's fire. And I think that was the intention with the way that they brought in Thorne is to have him come in with his own tempo, his own velocity, his own understood energy into the story, into the world, right? Which in some ways it is synergistic with some of the characters, and it bumps against other characters,
Mm,
but there's no explaining, right? There's no like, let's figure out who this guy is right now. You know what I'm saying? None of
right.
that stuff, which is it's exciting for me because, like you said, there's so many things that we get to explore and discover. And I also think that, that's there's a degree of trust that they've given me as an actor. Like when you come into a show and the when you come into a show and there's already a rhythm and it's so beautiful and it's so interesting and it's so textured, right? And you're introduced into the show and it's like it's supposed to be as if you've always been there. For me, that's a vote of such confidence from a
Mhm.
team. And I don't take that for granted. I feel really grateful. Yeah.
Good, good. I'm so glad. So cousin, that's my time. I'd be
All
talking to
right,
you all
cuz.
day if I could. Uh, Before I go, is there anything else you wanna say? Any like this is
All right. All right,
bring
all right,
up?
all right, all right, all right, all right. So
All right.
last thing, right? So for the audience, if you want to watch Brilliant Minds, right, Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern time on NBC. If you can't catch it then, that's okay. Peacock next day. so so check us out. And I just want to say this: the second season has been dynamic and beautiful so far, and what we have coming down the pike is special. So check us out.
I can't wait. John, thank you for your time, man. It's been a pleasure.
Of course,
All right.
brother, cuz, deuce.
Good, cuz.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, aka He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best.
It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.